This book was supposed to be a happy place. And I will yap your little ear off. I'm literally on page 2. I officially decided to... Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, this week, however long it takes us, we are going to be reading my favorite booktubers' 5-star reads. The first booktuber that we are reading one of their 5-star reads from is none other than Sarah Caroli, and the book that we picked is Happy Place by Emily Henry. I adore Emily Henry with all my heart. For whatever reason, I just never got around to reading Happy Place. In anticipation of Emily Henry's newest book coming out on the 22nd of this month, I needed to get this read. I had to get it out of the way because I wasn't gonna let myself pick up her newest book when I haven't even read Happy Place. I started reading Happy Place the day before yesterday, 2 days ago. So if you are unaware of what Happy Place is about, our main character, her name is Harriet. She has 2 best friends that she made in college. They would frequently go to this little beach house cabin type thing, and they deemed that to be their happy place. It's years later, they've all graduated college and kind of gone their separate ways. However, they're still best friends, and they end up planning a trip over the summer to go back to this beach house. But whenever Harriet arrives to their trip, she walks in the front door to find none other than her ex-fiance, Win. However, all of her friends have no idea that they actually broke up 5 months ago. They think that they are all of them. They think that they're still together and that they're still engaged. They then plan on telling their friend group that they actually broke up. Then one of their friends announces that their Happy Place house is getting sold. So this is their last trip ever. On top of that, they got engaged. So it's now their last trip, and they're also celebrating their friend's engagement. But now not only are they celebrating the engagement, they're actually having the wedding that week on this trip. So now Harriet and Win are panicking because they think we can't tell them that we're actually not together because it would ruin the entire trip. It would just derail everything. So that's where we're at right now. Hello everyone, it is I. It is actually the next day. I did end up reading some last night. I didn't get very far because my little eyes were doing the thing where you're reading, but you're not reading. I feel like there's not really a whole lot for me to update on. There's nothing crazy about it, but I'm just loving it. I'm having a good time. The vibes are vibing. The tension is tensiony. So hopefully I'll have something actually worth updating you guys on soon. But as for now, I'm just going to keep on reading. Okay, mini reading update here. I am exactly halfway. We still haven't found out exactly why they broke off their engagement. We're getting little bits and pieces here and there. Off topic, look at how floppy this book is. If you're a fellow book lover, which if you're here, I'm sure that you are. I don't know why else you'd be here. But we all appreciate a floppy book. Look at this. I feel this book could just... I feel in terms of the plot of the book, there is something else going on aside from hiding their breakup and finding out why they broke up in the first place. I feel something is going on that one of her friends isn't fully saying. And I could just be speculating here. I could be totally wrong, but I feel there's something. I feel it. I was not expecting this book to make me sad, but I'm sad. But it's just cute. It's cute sad. This book was supposed to be a happy place. I don't feel so happy right now. It is the next day. What is today? Headbands are not my thing. It is the next day. It is actually Friday. First of all, I look hilarious, but we're just gonna ignore that. I just showered and I'm gonna get cleaned up for the day. And by that, I mean, I'm throwing on a little bit of makeup. But I figured because I finished Happy Place this morning, I figured we would sit, I'll get ready for the day and talk to you about Happy Place. So where should we even start? I don't even know where I want to start. So I think I already gave like a little gist of what the story is about. However, I can kind of dive into that a little bit more. So our female main character, her name is Harriet, and her ex-fiance, his name is Win, and they like share a friend group. So when they call off their engagement, they keep it a secret from literally everybody. So they end up going on this little vacation trip, and when Harriet walks in, she sees Win is there. Win is not supposed to be there. However, he is there. So in walks the fake dating trope. They, for the sake of their friends and their like last trip to like what they all consider to be their happy place, they act like they're still together so that everyone can still enjoy the trip. And so it's like fake dating, second chance romance, it's found family. Oh my gosh, the found family in this book is just so good. Like me personally, I crave that type of friendship that they have in this book. I like genuinely don't have any friends in real life, online friends. Like I just don't. I moved around a lot as a kid, so I'm not, I don't know. I'm very introverted. Like once you get to know me, I'm very extroverted and I will yap your little ear off. But in real life, from moving around a lot, I just like really struggled to maintain good friendships. And when I did build good friendships, I lost them because of distance. So just seeing the found family, sorry, I'm looking for my concealer. Where the heck did it go? Hello? Oh, here it is. So seeing the found family in this book, it just melted my freaking heart. I loved it so much, and boy, maybe someday. Anyways, so basically I think in an earlier clip I mentioned that I felt like something was going on with the friends that we just like didn't find out yet, and I was right. I was right. I look like such a clown. Obviously I'm not gonna like spoil anything for you guys. If you haven't read it yet though, like what are you doing? But like who am I to talk, because I'm probably one of the last people that loves reading books to like get their hands on this one. Anyways, I just absolutely adored this book. I can't believe it took me so long to pick it up. So that will bring us now to my rating. What did I end up rating Happy Place? So we'll start here. Well, no, because we already went there. Okay, my rating, hold on, let me finish dabbling my face up like a crazy person. This lighting is making me look like a ghost, holy cow. Okay, so my official rating of Happy Place is 5 stars. I initially wasn't getting 5-star feelings. I saw potential and I was like so hooked I couldn't put the book down, but I wasn't sure if it was going to be a 5-star read for me. However, once everything in the book started just like falling apart, the friend group, the relationship, things were left out in the open, and that's when I just fell in love with everybody. They're all such different people from all different walks of life, and yet they came together and formed this family. Every issue that each individual person had with how the friendship was playing out as they all grew older and their lives changed and their careers changed. Everyone ended up just being so unique, but they all just loved each other so much. I resonated with so many of the characters in just so many different ways. Okay, now that I look like an absolute clown, I'm gonna go ahead and finish my makeup, and then I will come back and we will talk about the next booktuber that we are gonna read, one of their 5-star books from. I'm back. And you know what, guys? I lied. I have dwelled on this bad boy for a little bit longer. Don't know how long. It's been a little bit longer. I'm redacting my 5-star. Why? Because the more I like let it simmer after finishing it, the more I kind of think that when I have 5-star books, they just do something to me. And I really don't want to be one of those people that just like hands out 5-star ratings like they're little pieces of candy on Halloween. While yes, that book was absolutely phenomenal, I think because it wasn't giving me that 5-star feeling for more than half the book, slightly more than half the book, I was kind of like, meh, it's really good, I'm really enjoying it, don't want to put it down. But if I sit back and think about other books I've given 5 stars, I just don't think Happy Place goes in that exact same category. Ew. So, was it a good book? Absolutely. Loved it. Is it 5 stars? I'm rewinding. No, I'm gonna knock it down to 4.75. So still like an absolutely phenomenal rating, just not exactly 5 stars. So, with all that being said, I think it is time to discover what we're gonna be reading next, because I've got some free time on my hands. I'm ready to sit down and read. And I also lied. I know. Allie, what do? You just freaking yank us around all the time and tell us lies. I didn't do this on purpose. However, I'm a chronic mood reader, and while the books I had planned for this video were all on my April TBR, I just wanted to read something else. So I did some research and looked up some other of my favorite booktubers, and we stumbled upon none other than the queen herself, Larry. I just needed a moment of silence. So, what book are we reading? This should not be a huge shock to any of you if you guys watch Larry's videos. She has this one series that she just absolutely raves about. Am I ready to be absolutely wrecked? No, I don't think so, because I just read Kingdom of Ash, the book before this one, so I'm already wrecked. But am I signing myself up to be absolutely wrecked? Hair in my mouth. Am I signing myself up to be wrecked again? Yeah, why not? I mean, we're already here, so why not? And I just felt it was speaking to me. It was speaking to me. And Larry convinced me. She convinced me to read. Let me get the book. Hold on. I don't know why I'm so excited. Hold on. I need chapstick. My lips are just. Ew. That was way too much. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Get it together. I'm so excited for this one. And I do. Well, me. What are we reading? You ready? This book has been on my Goodreads TBR for quite some time. However, I didn't really know a whole lot about it. I wasn't like, I wanted to read it, but I was just like, yeah, it's one of those books. I kind of heard about it here and there, not really sure what it is, add it to my Goodreads. However, since stumbling upon Larry's YouTube channel and just hearing how much she loves this series, I'm convinced. And so we're gonna read it. That's what we're doing. I'm gonna either get heartbroken or, you know, whatever this book does to me, we'll find out together. I am gonna quit talking your ear off and hold the phone. This book is floppy. 2 floppy books in a, look at this. There's nothing better than a floppy book. I think I've already said that before, but Happy Place, oh, we were flopping. Binding 13, she's floppy too. I'm done. You guys need to put me in my place. Tell me to knock it off. I'm being annoying. Okay, we're gonna read Binding 13, you guys. Let's go. Oh my goodness. I'm looking at myself. It is so strange, like seeing, I feel like, there, that makes it better. I'm looking at you now. I don't want to look at myself. I do that enough. And it never gets me anywhere positive. I am here chilling because I'm gonna finally sit down and start reading Binding 13. I'm ready. I'm so ready. Are you guys ready? Are we gonna go on a journey together? I know that I haven't given you guys like a synopsis of this book yet, and that's because I simply just don't know. So I'm gonna read a little bit and kind of figure it out, and then I'll let you guys know kind of what's going on. Oh my goodness. The words are so small. And these pages, these are like thinner than freaking Bible paper. Oh, brother. And there's a glossary. We have a glossary of terms. Let's read some of them together. Hold on. Bluey. Oh, I'm familiar with Bluey. Bluey. No. Can I even say this on YouTube? Moving on. What? A Garda is a policeman. Does this take place in a different country? Is that why I have a glossary? Oh yeah, this has to be like England or something because they call secondary school, not high school. Shifting is kissing. Hatchet cry is great fun. Oh, it's Ireland. This takes place in Ireland, doesn't it? Oh no. Well, I guess we're in for a ride because these pages are tiny, the font is tiny, we're in another country, and there is a glossary of words and terms that I don't freaking know what they mean. So, buckle in. We're going for a ride. Okay, don't mind me. I'm just snacking on a muffin. I am already... Oh, why do I already want to cry? Don't come for me because I'm literally on page 2. I'm fine. Everything's fine. But let me just read you this. If my parents' relationship was a representation of love, then I wanted no part of it. I would rather be alone. I realized that I am almost like 200 pages into the book and I have not let you guys know kind of like the synopsis, so I'm gonna do that now. So for the summary, I am just gonna read off the back of the book because while some books, like the synopsis on the back, doesn't explain it very well, I feel like this one does better than I would be able to do on my own. Johnny Kavanagh has everything going for him. On the rugby pitch, he's a force to be reckoned with, even plagued with a hidden injury. Everyone knows he's heading straight for the top, but that means there's no room for mistakes or distractions. Not even the shy new girl at Tommen College, the one with the sad eyes and concealed bruises. He needs to stay focused, keep his cool, and not let anything get in the way of the bigger picture. Except, before he knows it, this lonely girl has become his only picture. Life has never been easy for Shannon Lynch. Bullied and tortured, she arrives at Tommen College midway through the school year, praying for a fresh start and desperate to shake off the demons that plague her. But when she meets the notorious Johnny Kavanagh on her first day, her plans to keep a low profile are at serious risk. As they fall into a complicated friendship and grapple with their undeniable chemistry, hidden pain and complicated secrets threaten to be their undoing. But Johnny won't give up on Shannon, no matter what it might cost them both. Okay, like I said, I feel like that is just the best way to sum up this book without giving spoilers. One thing that like is just really pissing me off is with Johnny's injury. Why is it such a big deal for him to not just go get his injury rechecked out? I understand where he's coming from about not wanting to like interfere with training and practices and games and all that nonsense, but like does he not take 2 seconds to think about like the long-term repercussions of not getting it checked out? It's so obvious. Like if your surgery is not healing properly and you are in so much pain, it's not just magically gonna fix itself. And he's just refusing to get it checked out. He's lying to everybody around him. He's lying to his doctors because he wants to play. But like, you can't play if you let this keep getting worse. That's my little rant. It's just getting under my skin. But aside from that aspect of it, I am eating this book up. I am absolutely freaking loving it. I am so invested. I do not want to put the book down. I even started, and I have never done this before, but I started annotating it. And I have never annotated a book before. I'm not going like overly crazy with wanting to tab stuff because I'm really not one to want to like nitpick every little tiny thing. However, if it's something that genuinely makes me like, it hits home, it makes me kick my feet or something, I just like, oh, I just love it, then I'll tab it. But so far, I literally only have 4, I don't know if you guys can see that. I only have like 4 little tabs in there, but nonetheless, I'm tabbing. Oh, my nose itches. So really, that's all I have to say for now. I am going to see how much more I can get read today, and I'll catch up with you guys when I have something else to say. I have some things that I need to say. I have not finished it yet. However, I am pretty close. I'm currently on page 517, and I think there's 630. Oh no, there's 602. Wait, ooh, okay, so I'm within the last 100 pages of finishing Binding 13. I'm absolutely loving this book. I can't even pinpoint what it is that is making me just absolutely love it. Like, honestly, out of all the books that I have read, there is not a single book that has made me like genuinely think about it this much. Throughout my day, I am constantly thinking about when I can pick this up next. I am constantly thinking about Shannon and Johnny and just what's going on. Like, I cannot get enough. Again, have not finished it yet, but I already went ahead and ordered Keeping 13 because I know for a fact, I don't care how this ends. I could care less. Well, I do care. But regardless of how this ends, I'm eating this up so dang much that I know I'm gonna want to roll into the second one potentially immediately. Right now, unless something crazy happens, I am feeling that this is like a 5-star book. I just want to hold this book so tight. I am laughing. It's making me tear up. It's so freaking sad in some moments, but then in all the other moments, I'm literally sitting here like cheesing my little heart out, smiling. Like, I probably look ridiculous reading this because I just have a smile plastered across my face. It's just that good. Maybe it's just me. Maybe this book is hitting some spot in me that other books just haven't yet, but I love it. I freaking love it. I would really, really like to finish this today. However, I'm not sure if I will because I do have class later tonight. So we'll see how much I get through, but I will probably not talk to you guys again until I finish this. So I'll see you guys when I'm done. I do not exactly remember when I last updated you guys. However, I believe it's like 1 or 2 days later, and I finished Binding 13. You guys, I am not kidding when I say that I am in love with this book. This book just freaking got me. You guys, Shannon. We'll start there. Shannon. Shannon is our female main character. I just want to give her the biggest freaking hug. I want to go to bat for Shannon. If anybody even looks at her the wrong way, I want to protect her with my life. Poor little freaking Shannon. Johnny. You guys, I hope to God someday that my son grows up to be like Johnny. And I say that because he has the biggest heart. Like, out of all the books that I have ever read that have romances and, you know, male main characters, you know the drill, nothing has lived up to Johnny. He is so head over heels for Shannon, and he literally wants to protect her at all costs. At all freaking costs. it's hard for me to find words to explain to you Johnny in a nutshell, because I don't think he fits in a nutshell, physically and literally. Those are the same things. What am I saying? Okay, we're getting off track here. Johnny, he is protective. He is so sweet and kind to Shannon. But if somebody messes with her, he is suddenly not so sweet and kind. But I love it. I am eating it up. And on top of that, Johnny is picking up that like something is going on with Shannon. However, he can see that she's not ready to talk about it. And he does not push her. He's eager to figure out what's going on so he can then protect her from whatever it is. I'm not gonna say, but he knows that if he pushes too hard, that she will crawl back into her shell and she will like distance herself from him. And so he knows boundaries and he respects them while still letting her know that she is safe with him. He is not going to leave her and that she can trust him. And he hounds that home throughout this entire book. And the craziest thing is that they're not even together. Like, he is so focused on rugby that he doesn't want to risk it all and like lose his head over a girl. But boy, does he lose his head over a girl. I did not have to hesitate when I say that this is a 5-star book. I love this book. If you haven't read it, please go read it. Check your trigger warnings first. I will tell you that, but read this dang book. I laughed, I kicked my feet, but then I cried. My heart melted into a little puddle, but then it also broke. But then it got tied back up, but then it broke again. And it was just a constant push and pull throughout the entire book. And the ending left me on such a, like, I don't want to say cliffhanger because that doesn't feel like the right word, but it felt like the book shouldn't have ended there. Like, it felt like this book should have just doubled in size and kept going. However, it ended. Now, I immediately, before I even finished Binding 13, I ordered Keeping 13. And thank freaking God that I did, because I could not imagine going much longer without immediately jumping into this one. But I have not immediately jumped into this one. I haven't started it as badly as I want to. That leads me into letting you guys know what our next read is. The next booktuber that I chose to read one of their 5-star books is none other than Allie Good. So the book that I chose that is one of her 5-star reads is Powerless. I already took the dust cover off, so that's upside down. Powerless. I started reading this already. I am currently, I want to say like I'm 76 pages in. So if you have not read Powerless or don't know what it's about, Powerless is basically about this kingdom where there are 2 different types of people. There are ordinaries, who are people without powers, and then there are the elites, which are the people with powers. If you are an ordinary and you are found, you are executed. The king in this kingdom believes that people without powers carry some type of disease that is non-detectable, that makes them not have powers. So he thinks that they are like defective people in a sort. And to protect the integrity of their kingdom, they only want elites. Our female main character, Peyton, she is an ordinary. However, she claims to have psychic abilities. She's very observant, so she can kind of get away with it pretty well. One day, she runs into the prince. She does not know that he's the prince at the time, but she recognizes that like he's not from around her area, and she intends on basically robbing him. So that's kind of how their meet happens. In this turn of events, something happens and she ends up saving the prince's life. Because she does this, her name is then put into this competition. This competition that I speak of is between people with powers. This is a problem, as we would all assume, because she is an ordinary. She does not have powers. So what the heck is she gonna do? But one of the people that she is now gonna go up against in this competition is none other than the prince. Kai. I don't know if I said his name already. The prince's name is Kai. Same page, same page. Cool. So that is kind of the premise that we're sitting on right now. Right now, being 75-ish pages in, I have some thoughts on this book. However, I'm going to save them for just a little bit. I want to read a bit more before I kind of spill my beans all over and let you guys know what I'm thinking. Okay, so I just got to page 100, and before I say anything, well, I'm gonna say something. I have a clip that I filmed of me actually reading this earlier this morning, so I'm gonna plop that in here. That way you have a little bit more of an idea of kind of where my head is at, and then we'll be right back. You guys, I don't know if I'm just not in the mood or if this book is genuinely just not for me, but I just made it to chapter 10 and I am just not having a good time. For one, I'm like kind of upset about it. Hold on, where is my bookmark? Hello? Intermission. The female main character is Peyton. Male main character is Kai. We get both of their POVs and they like have finally met each other. He's just so cocky and he calls himself handsome. It's just cringe. I'm just cringing so bad, and like I don't feel genuine like sparks between them. I'm not vibing with the chemistry. It feels like I've read it all before. Like they run into each other. She doesn't know who he is and he's just blown away by the color of her eyes and she's blown away by his muscles and how his dark jet black hair contrasts his silvery gray eyes. And then she ends up getting put on the list of names that is going to compete in like the little competition type thing. And of course he's like, oh, reading the names, blah, blah, blah. And of course he sees her name at the bottom of the list. And he's just, it's her. Like we knew she was going to be on there. We knew he was going to be like, oh my God, wow. Okay, this part might be like a slight, well, it's not. It's really not. It's not a spoiler. I'm sorry. Because again, we know that she saves his life. It's on the back of the book. We know that she did something to save the prince's life, which at the time she didn't know was the prince. But like her reasoning for stepping in and saving him, I just didn't see it. It felt like a stretch. Like she stated that like hearing him like gasping was like a reminder of her dad. But like in my opinion, I just think that's a stretch. It really is. I want it to get better because if I'm being honest, I was really looking forward to reading this book and I just am not having a good time. Like if anything, I'm just cringing and I'm annoyed. But right now I'm on page 75, chapter 10, page 75. I want to give it to like page 100, maybe 130. I don't know. I want to give it a fair chance before I DNF. And I've never DNF'd a book before. Okay, everyone back. We're here. You guys are all caught up. So I am at page 100. And as you guys see, I was not having a good time. And has that changed? No, it hasn't. I do see the plot like thickening a little bit, but I just don't care. My problem is that I don't like Kai. Whenever he immediately says like, oh, did you frequently run into handsome men or is this new for you? I've got a problem. There's one thing about like cocky men, but then there's another thing where it's just like gives me the ick kind of cocky. Like there's two different. Like for example, Dorian, Throne of Glass, Dorian. He is cocky, but chef's kiss. Kai. I don't care for him. I just really don't. I'm not intrigued. I'm not very interested. I feel like I'm forcing myself to keep reading, waiting for myself to care. And I just don't. Like this, I think, is my biggest point here. What really, really bothered me was whenever he said that he couldn't stop thinking about her and that it was impacting his performance when he was like practicing or training or whatever you want to call it. And why I say that is because from me literally just finishing Binding 13, this entire plot is basically a guy is getting mentally just mentally in shambles over a girl. That's like the whole plot of this book. And for Kai and Peyton's little meetup and little incident to then have him claim that like, oh, it's impacting his ability to focus. Like, really? Is it? Because I don't think it should be. So I think that this is more of a me problem, potentially. Granted, I do see other points where like the average reader might have problems with this. I do see that too. But I also think that me coming off of this and then trying to jump into this, these are just, they're very different books. If you haven't read Binding 13, I promise you, they are not in the same category. Fantasy, romance, drama, triggering kind of stuff. Not in the same category, but when this tries to pull off a trope that is similar to this one, but this one is so less detailed, a billion times less detailed than this, it's just not hitting. I'm not vibing with it. It feels rushed. It feels like, why are you even saying that right now? Like, future in the book, maybe, yeah, I totally think it could make sense, but that early on, I mean, come on. So that's kind of my thought. I think that this could just be a book that is wrong timing. I don't know. I don't think I'm fully ready to DNF it yet. I feel like I still have a little bit more in me to give to it before I feel like confident in my answer. I've got some things to say. And the book of the hour. You guys, I officially decided to DNF Powerless. This is the first book I've ever DNF'd. I don't want to say that it was a bad book. It just was not a book for me. What bothered me the most about this book is that it felt like I was reading The Hunger Games in a different font. I love The Hunger Games, and this just felt like the Great Value brand of The Hunger Games. And I also heard that people say that it is like a rewriting of a book called Red Queen. I have never read that, so I can't really speak on that part at all. I just was not feeling any connection with the characters. I just wasn't feeling their interactions. I didn't like it. I didn't feel the spark. Anytime they talked to each other, I was just like, okay. And then on top of that, not only do you have to read their interactions to begin with, this book is in both of their POVs. It's not a bad thing to have multiple POVs. I personally love it, but if you're not feeling the connection and you're not enjoying the interactions, then at that point, getting it twice is just torture. I got to page 115 and I just kept telling myself, just keep going, it'll get better. People are saying that it gets better. And then I stopped and I was just like, why? If I have to force myself to continue reading a book with the hope that it gets better, I just personally feel like I shouldn't have to do that. There are so many books in this world to where, sorry guys, that's a lawnmower, hold on. Okay, I don't know if the lawnmower is going away, but if you guys can hear that, which I hope you don't, sorry. Now I lost my train of thought. What was I saying, dude? Oh, I remember now. We're good. My hair. What is my hair doing? Anyways, so if you are genuinely not enjoying a book, I just don't think that you should force yourself to keep going because other people tell you to keep going. There's so many books in this world that I would enjoy from like page 1. Why force yourself to keep reading something when you're just not having fun? And I did not want to put myself into a reading slump over this book, trying to force myself to enjoy something. I just felt like there was something mentally like am I missing something? Because there's just so much hype over this book, so much, and I just don't see it. And that's totally me. Oh, there's a ladybug on my windowsill. Hello, buddy. Okay. It wasn't for me, but I also will say that I don't want to say it's like a hard freaking DNF. I did not hate this book. I just wasn't having fun. So, I mean, maybe someday I will give it another shot. Again, like I said in a previous clip, maybe it was just bad timing coming off of the longing that we get from Binding 13. So maybe I will pick it up later on and give it a second chance. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I'm not going to make any promises, but those are my thoughts. That's what I've got on Powerless. So my official first DNF of all time. Sad to say it because I was really looking forward to this book, but it is what it is. I'm not going to dwell on it any longer. So with that being said, those are all of the books that I am reading for this reading video. yeah, reading video. This wasn't really a vlog. We were all over the place. So we had a DNF, we had a 6-star read, and then we had a almost 5-star read. So kind of crazy, but nonetheless, I had so much fun reading these books, other than the one, but that's fine. We're not gonna go there again. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me this week. I do want to note that right now my posting is kind of inconsistent. I am still in school, but I will be done here in the next month. Again, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.